It was indeed. That was with Rush instead of Classia, but this is another one of those maps where a stand-in can be a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
But Classia was the X factor in the previous two maps, really.
Yeah.
He was a huge firepower piece, you know, and at the end of the day, what he can bring to a team, maybe you don't need the most precise team play. He's been top of the board on both maps. See if he can do it again. Go 3-3 as the stand-in as we get started here on Inferno.
Last time on Inferno for Nouns was against the Party Astronauts as well. We're into the pistol round. Party Astronauts have won 1, Nouns have won 3. See if Party Astronauts can close the gap a little bit further here. Cxzi finds an opening fight, but doesn't manage to do anything with it, and then eventually gets his head taken off by Carson. Wolfie drops down by his lonesome, but the cover is there after he finds nothing. Chop is going to get one. Classia gets the second, and we have a 3v3 with the A site taken.
This is working. This again was, now it's kind of reading the pistol. They knew what to expect for sure. But it doesn't matter if you still get headshot. Junior has to get active here. Pull focus away from the moto smoke, allow his teammates out. There is a smoke from Carson. He could deploy this section off pit. See if that's going to be enough. Lethal shot there, but Chop holding on. Time's starting to become the issue. Classia needs to snap between them, and there's just enough. There's no kit. This round's over. This was a win from Party Astronauts. There's no time on this defuse. They did not have enough clock. They thought it was planet default, but tucked into the corner. It's just far enough out of their reach that there are no survivors, and there is no round win. It's all PA.
I don't think we've seen a kit bot in any of the pistol rounds for the CT sides. It's been a problem every single time going on retakes, both Nouns and the Party Astronauts. I don't know why. Usually that's something you want to make sure you have one of going to that pistol round, but each time, not happening. Gives Party Astronauts a 1-0 lead as a result. 2 Galils, an AK, and 2 MAC-10s out of it. Nouns are going to force up. It will yield 4 pistols, 4 5.7s, and the MP9. But they're playing pretty bog standard setup here. Not stacking either bomb site. 2 players towards B. Utility being traded back and forth here. More of an advantage in the Party Astronaut side in that department. And then they throw the Molotov for sandbags so they can charge on fourth. Carson has to be careful. He gets some util himself, and he does. Then he dinks Wolfie. Can he finish him off? No. He actually takes the damage in return as well.
And meanwhile, they haven't rotated at all.
No.
They're still trusting the setup. They're still expecting this to be a fake, to be a rotate back, and for the moment, at least, Party Astronauts are calling their bluff. Chain smoke's down here. Carson's got even another one to deploy. Oh, he's got another? Oh my god. All right, they're just gonna have to go through a smoke. This whole setup was to force them back in towards A. But now they're gonna go. They're gonna discover that there is, in fact, no resistance to them. Bomb will be planted. They have chosen wisely. They have won this shell game. Right? Carson was trying to hide a little bean, the bead, the pearl, whatever you want. Shuffle it among them. And somehow PA has seen through his trickery.
I appreciate the effort, though, from Nouns. A lot of thought went into this one. But at the end of it all, it's just going to be a 5-man save. They're going to reset and try again to the next round because they wouldn't have the money to buy up anyway. So you might as well keep the 4 5.7s and the MP9. The rare round when no one dies. Maybe.
The unicorn.
Yeah.
Full 10 alive. It's like a unicorn on every map that's not Inferno, and on Inferno it's just like a cool looking horse. Off we go. Pistols round 2. Electric Boogaloo. More utility invested in. This time Jeorge wants to fight. He wants to scrap. He wants to brawl. And he's going to get one. Instant trade, but still. He does get one. Nice nade. Carson. Dead man. Surely. Next player spotted as well. Stacked up pistols. It's like face one after the other. A new challenger.
Smoke popped. CJ pops his head around the corner and gets a couple more! Wolfie and Chomp are gone! Cxzi the last one and he's gone too! How does Nouns win this round? CJ with 4!
Remember, folks, never stop swinging. This is CS2. Yeah, they fixed it a little bit, but just keep on swinging. 5-7 running accuracy, undefeated. Wow. Well, all right, CJ. Way to announce, way to get yourself on the board. It is going to be a full rifle buy. Got the op out for Junior. But holy calzone. Party astronauts have been haunted by the pistols this series.
They really have. They really have. I mean, you talked about it in the pregame, the fact that the Party astronauts have lost more of those hair-pulling rounds than Nouns have, and there's another one. That's a round where Party astronauts had no business losing. CJ just hits 3 ridiculous headshots pretty much in a row. Now PA, even though they have a full buy-up, are extremely frustrated. And I mean, because of how Inferno plays out, in 3 rounds, PA only has 5 kills because of how much Nouns were saving.
That's a cheeky walkout for CJ. Maybe a little too cheeky, but Cxzi is about to get caught. The bedroom peek now follows it up. Jeorge is under pressure here. He is the only defender. They went very heavy on B. If he dies for nada, well, that's tough. No Molotov for him, though. They're just going to have to clear it. Cxzi unable to do so, but the trade is there. Still, he's done enough to give them the advantage. Wolfie was thinking about going through that to trade before he felt the spam and realized they rotated pretty quickly. Wolfie's got the Halo stickers on, and right now it's feeling like legendary difficulty. It's all on to Ben Leet. 2 players swinging from Coffin. He's not checking it yet. Snaps around in time. Ben Leet, okay. But only one to be found. Plenty of time for this defuse. We're tied up.
Yeah, even if he gets the second, he's still got a player barreling down from the other direction. You have to make a ridiculous flick to find the third. It just was too tall of an order.
Carson's dropped out. Pause initiated. Pause protocol initiated, John.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't be long.
Yeah.
Man, I'm still thinking about that CJ 574K.
It was ridiculous. It was truly ridiculous. A miraculous play coming through exactly when Nouns needed it to prevent Party astronauts from getting off to the early start that actually Nouns had done successfully for 2 maps in a row.
PA, man, they can't get away clean.
No, yeah.
They're a group of criminals. They're brilliant at casing the joint. They're brilliant at executing the heist. And then their getaway car always has a flat tire. Just when they're supposed to be peeling away with a bevy of rounds. It's a 5-7. It's 1 pothole that just sends the wheel skittering off the axle. Breaks the whole thing down.
Yeah. I mean, at least the good news for the Party astronauts is Cxzi has performed incredibly well and hasn't been a problem or a hindrance in any way. Like, if Rush was here, it would have been probably better for their cohesion, but he slotted in very nicely. Hasn't been someone that you'd point to and say, oh, maybe if they had Rush, they would have been better. No. I mean, they're map 3, and they've made both the previous 2 very, very close.
We're getting a purchase. Carson's back in here, so it seems like we should be going live in just a moment, hopefully. We'll get him on the HUD eventually. He's quick switching. Buttons are moving. All good. All good. Or not.
No.
What do we think?
Maybe we need a magic break, Mike.
Maybe we do. All right, folks, we're going to try and unjinx this. We're going to throw to a break, and hopefully that'll restart the game. back into the server. Thanks for bearing with us there, folks. Well, we got Carson all sorted. Ooh, okay, that shot goes wide. Looked like he was on, but Junior not going to connect, and now he's under pressure. Now he's under threat. They're chasing this down, but able to fall back. Cxzi, let's collect on CJ. Still pressure on towards this site. Marky swinging in. Ooh. Marky finding Cxzi. That drops the bomb in apps, but Cxzi continuing to punish here. That Tech9 is deadly. Putting them on notice. They actually want to pinch the B player, even though they don't have bomb control, and it's going to work out. There's time to work with here. And now there's a couple guns picked up. This is already an expensive round. This is already a successful round for PA, but John, can they bring it through?
I mean, there's the possibility. The problem is the bomb is down over in the apartments, and they have to recover that. Still time, 51 seconds. Cxzi, he's slipping through into brackets, so maybe if he comes up lane, he can catch the player on site, and that'll leave only Marky left. Instead, he joins up with Bentley. Don't necessarily mind that. They're going to go for the double swing. Marky gives it up to them. Maybe they can go back B now with that bomb. Not sure what the end decision's going to be, but it looks like Ben is going to push forward, gets his head taken off, and now very unlikely that PA is going to be able to pull this one off. And, well, Cxzi is just flinging back and forth, hoping beyond all hopes that he'll connect with something, but this is just likely not going to happen.
Oh,
wait.
Unless man's got a swing. Ooh,
what?
Bomb plant? Bomb plant! Bomb
no
plant!
way!
Forces out from Junior! Bomb plant out of this! The clutch! Ooh. Oh, not to be! So close to an all-timer of a round. But still incredible! One survivor? Bomb plant down? It was Tech9's!
Yeah, it's just an eco.
It was just an eco! They lost the first engagements! Wild. Cxzi has just put this whole damn team on notice. He's coming for them. Look, I gotta say, if you're any team competing in North America right now, and you're watching this, yeah. I know he hasn't always been the best in the team environment.
Yeah.
But surely, worth taking a look.
It's hard to overlook him. Yeah, I mean, he's
this
just
round's
so
not
good.
live.
No. Obviously.
Jeorge is about to burn down this bar.
Jeorge is just trying to set fire to all the wood in the bar. And alcohol, and that would be a very dangerous combination if it were real. But it's not, thankfully. It's just Counter-Strike. Yeah. That was a crazy round for Cxzi, though. I don't even know how he slips past Junior, but he somehow manages to. All the 5-7 bullets just behind him. Gets the bomb plant as well, and almost even wins the round. Ay. Cxzi has been something else for sure. I mean, I'm trying to think of a team that could pick him up. I mean, I guess there are a few options.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean... I don't think there's anyone who's screaming out for a roster change. There's also teams that have just made one. Party Astronauts bringing in Rush. They'd be a team that would be, you know, as we're seeing right now, could potentially benefit from his services. Boss having just brought in Fang, probably not looking to make further changes at this point. But if you're looking at the ranking, you know, Wildcard have just brought in Call Me Sue, which is an exciting pickup as well. You know, Land Gamer showing up. But there's teams that are looking for change. There's teams that are looking for growth. I mean, frankly, look over at the Nouns side. Team that loves firepower. It wouldn't be out of place in a Nouns team. I'm not saying they need to replace anybody. I'm just saying if a guy stunts on you across 3 maps, maybe you think about it.
I'm looking back in my archive here, Mike. Cxzi played on Nouns in Season 39 of Challenger League. Very, for only that season. Yeah. It's a long time ago, but...
Was he ever signed, or was that when they were Choco Check?
That might have been when they were Choco Check.
That was when they were Choco Check,
It was a long time ago. We're talking about like 6 seasons ago, 7 seasons ago, 8.
Yeah, he did play as part of Choco Check.
Yeah.
He was part of...
Jeorge was on that roster. At
Oh, he
that
was actually
time.
with them when they were Game and Gladiators, too.
Yeah.
Part of the Game and Gladiators.
Jeorge had left Triumph at the time to join this squad.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And
that
from there,
is
he
just-
would go to EG.
Yeah, we're going way, way, way back. I was just curious, Mike. I was looking through my notes. So if they do choose to pick him up, it would be full circle. Maybe I'm pushing a little bit by saying that, but yeah.
Even more full circle. He was on RBG before that team.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Philadelphia gamer there. Unfortunately, it seems like this is taking a little while to sort out, folks. So we've tried to podcast for a while here. But it's time for us to take a little break and see if that fixes things.
All right, and we're back into the swing of things here. Everything's been resolved. And we'll see if Nouns are able to continue their winning ways here up against the Party Astronauts after PA's early 2-0 start. Nouns have won 3 in a row. Chop has already made his way towards balcony. Apartments, he could get the edge on them. What a nade toss for PA. Excuse me, for Nouns. Carson gets the 2K afterwards. Double nade frag. Great job with the banana utility coming through there on the Nouns side.
Nicely done. Beautiful bit of work. Cxzi gonna be able to follow it up, and I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to start. You barely had to look at your opponents, and you got 3 kills.
Yep.
Let's see if there's any sort of recovery possibility here, John. Unfortunate the timing of this pause for Party Astronaut, considering they would have liked to build on the momentum coming through off that Cxzi almost round.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they're gonna save.
They just got stuck in banana, and then I mean the nades were perfect from Nouns. 2 in a row. just crush their hopes.
We thought we were done with podcast mode. Now we're going to watch a 40-second save.
Yeah. It's
Why
always
not?
podcast mode.
On Inferno, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we think? Post-major, what do you want to see big changes come through? Because if there was a time for Valve to push big changes, either into map pool or to game balance or anything along those lines, what would you like to see?
I just want to see a new map come in. Maybe a map swap. I don't know what I want to see necessarily come out of the map pool. Probably favoring Inferno Mirage. Maybe bring Train back. I miss Train.
Oh, yeah,
It's
Train.
been a long time. They teased it in the trailer for Counter-Strike 2, and then we haven't seen it. So, for me, Train. I'd love to see it come back in the pool and just mix things up. Obviously, the bug fixes and all that stuff. I mean, that goes without saying, but mixing up the map pool, it's been a while.
Would love it. Would love a little bit of Train. From your lips to Gaben's ears. Whisper sweet nothings to him. So we have to go to Seattle, but actually I think he's in like New Zealand or something.
I think he is still in New Zealand since COVID.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
just chilling.
experimenting on monkeys with neural interfaces. You think it's a joke, but that is literally what he's doing in New Zealand.
Is he actually? What?
Yeah, there's a great interview with him talking about building neural interfaces.
What?
How he thinks that's the future of gaming.
I mean, certainly is an interesting element. Could potentially happen. I don't know. It still feels like it's far away to me.
They had a guy playing Pong in his head. Didn't they do that recently?
They did more than that, actually. Was it Smash Brothers that someone was playing?
Oh, no, it was Mario Kart, I think.
Mario Kart. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Controlling Mario Kart in his head. So,
It looked pretty good.
I'm just saying, the future is now, man.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm going to let like 20 years of beta tests maybe go through first before I put one in my head.
All that stuff scares me, though, when you put something like some sort of chip in your body or anything, right? Because what happens if they discontinue it, like, and it's a private company, and then you no longer have support for your chip
Yeah, we don't
in
make
your
any
body?
parts for your brain
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
Yeah, your proprietary brain chip's actually out of date. The software is going to lapse next week, and then you won't be able to use it.
Yeah.
It's like an iPhone. It just slowly slows down as it gets out of date.
Exactly. That's
Upgrade now.
terrifying, man.
It would be indeed. You know what's also terrifying? Cxzi barreling down towards you with an AK-47. Doesn't catch a bullet there. He's quick. He's ahead of Carson. Actually perfectly times another smoke bloom. And now they'll Bogdan him up. Oh, the flare plus boost too much. Bomb plant denied. Chop has it all to do.
Should
A
still be
cheeky
able to
late flower pots pop. Should be able to get a bomb plant out of this, but still. Defending it is a different question. Junior pulls the rifle. Chop's just sticking around in the smoke. He's betting. He's making a crazy risk here, and yeah, it's not going to pay off.
There's only so much you can do in that situation. Either you tuck or you take the risk and try to get a fight and go back into cover, and he took the risk and it didn't pan out. At least gets the bomb plant for his team. An extra $800 actually goes a very long way into this next round. It helps them get a comfortable amount of utility versus having probably none. Maybe a buy-up would have even been questionable into this next round for Party Astronauts, so good on him for that, but could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better. I feel like I'm saying that a lot for the Party Astronauts.
So hear me out, John. If it was like a Cyberpunk 2077 situation, and you could get like a chip in your brain to expand some aspect of your brain capacity, improve some skill, what would you get brain chip for?
Oh my god. I don't know. Like that's a question I've never put much thought into. Like if I could get a chip that would upgrade something. I guess my drawing skills probably. I know that's kind of random, but I'm not a very good artist at all, so that'd be pretty cool if I could suddenly draw really well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Look, I'd go more basic. I just like better precise memory. Nice shot from Junior. Just gonna remember that one. I don't have the greatest of memories. Be interesting to have a little bit more info there.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, I think that's pretty much one that anyone could agree they'd want.
I dated someone once who had a photographic memory.
Whoa.
And I learned this when she unlocked my phone in front of me without having been told the passcode. And I was like,
What?
and she's like, I'm sorry, I saw you put it in once. I was like,
Oh my god.
Let me tell you, it's nothing like trying to win an argument with someone who has a perfectly photographic memory. Challenging.
Jesus, I can imagine. Nice smoke pop. Carson gains visibility. And now, well, Party Astronauts still managed to get into the site, so this is a really clean take. They got the opening frag on the Nouns side, but Party Astronauts are the ones who perhaps are going to get victory here, even though the damage continues to get poured along in their direction.
Carson. Oh, they're so committed to this fight. This is such a crazy triple stack. How do you even peek this without getting traded? That's the problem they're trying to solve. Now PA might have to shift off of it, but time is whittled off this clock. Yes, there's kits, but got more work to do. And they have traded this out every step of the way. There will be no survivors from the PA side. They're committing themselves into this, but they've got the round win, and that's what matters.
Wow, that is a risky play. That is a very risky
setup,
one. Yeah, to have 3 players set up towards construction.
I kind of love it.
It worked. It was great. I liked the idea, but it could have gone wrong at so many turns, and it just didn't. It just didn't. They bought the time they needed, and they finally get another round on the board, despite, as mentioned, being the team that lose that first player in the round. So here we go. Party Astronauts hoping to build off of that, even though it was an expensive round for them, losing every single player, as mentioned. They will be able to get 3 Galils, an AK, and a MAC-10 out of it. On the other side, it's a much better buy-up, of course. They add 2 survivors out of that round. Still a very tall task for the Party Astronauts to find their way back into this first half in a meaningful way. Good clearance here of bracket. All 4 players comfortably moving in. Still don't have visibility beyond the smoke, and CJ could be a problem in the position.
Ooh. Confirmation if they didn't already know that CJ was here. Jeorge is a bit of an off angle. Oh, it's going to work beautifully. Not expecting him to clear. Ben Lee will sloppy into it, but there's the trade. What a lethal shot from Wolfie. Carson back into the angle. And actually, Wolfie's got to be risky.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Careful. That's the bomb. They're planning to shift out and go B. They're trying to call the audible. Can't do that now. Cxzi's going to show face, but they know the bomb was dropped, so there's no reason to over-rotate here from Nouns. And with 35 seconds now on the clock, Party Astronauts are indeed going to commit to this A fight. The peek, the clear back in the spray down. Oh, it's so close to good. But Cxzi can't capitalize. He doesn't have the firepower for this, and down he goes.
Heartbreaker for the Party Astronauts. Honestly, they had a little bit going for them into that round, but Wolfie should not have stuck behind. Like, he had the opportunity to escape. Instead, he tries to take the fight and give his team that little extra edge. With the bomb on your back, you can't. You have to fully rotate and go to that B site, which appeared to be the plan with how far up Cxzi was postured. Instead, well, after that, they decided to go back into A, realizing that time would become an issue. The result is another round loss, meaning that they're on to a half buy once more. We'll be on a full buy in the next round, and we've seen these pistol rounds go awry more for the Party Astronauts when they're facing off against them than Nouns. But still, there have been some crazy ones. Party Astronauts leaning into a execute here. Well, if you can call it that, they only have 2 pieces of util. Junior, watching, waiting for March side. If you're going to commit a smoke, March side would be a pretty good spot to throw it. They've got the Molotov, and well, that gives away a lot of information to Junior. Can he spot him? He does. 1 found. Re-peeking, gets the second, pulls out the Tech 9, decides against re-peeking once more, and just falls back and holds the angle. Well done.
Played. Just a little greedy, but not too greedy against the ecos. Knows his limits. Knows when it's best to fold them and walk away. Been playing some Balatro, maybe. No bomb plant. And this is turning into a very commanding half for Nouns. You played any Balatro, John?
I was just going to ask you, what is Balatro, Mike?
New card game. Kind of like Slay the Spire meets poker. It's interesting.
Okay.
It's good fun.
Huh. I will have to check that out after the cast. Sounds interesting. Feel like me some poker. Junior. Peering around the edge of the smoke. Is he a gambler? Pushing through? No. He's going to be playing honestly, at least in this round. Chop takes a little bit of utility on the chin. Not too worse for wear at 74, but that does mean he's a one-shot headshot from an M4 into this round, which Marky is the only one blocking. And we're just going to see a little bit more slow play and patience coming through from the party astronauts. Who is that pushing up? I'm guessing Cxzi. Yeah, Cxzi at the top of Banana hasn't been the best BO3 for him. Aside from the heroics we saw in Ancient.
Eight smoke pop. Didn't quite give Carson the vision he was hoping for. "45 seconds, though. They're committing into this A take. Everybody's here. There's no Banana presence. As if yet, Nouns have not snapped over a fourth player, but it's only a matter of time. Carson with the re-peek. He is traded. Pressure's now on. Still, Nouns aren't flinching. I don't know if they haven't seen the bomb yet, but they're wary of this one. And that might just leave Marky on an island here. All the work in the world to do under pressure, under siege, and down he goes. Bomb planted. There's only 2 rounds left in this half, and there should be plenty of money. Yet still, Nouns do seem to be setting up into the safe. I guess with minimum loss bonus. Maybe they don't fancy it.
I think
Jeorge on an MP9 as well. I mean, such a thing as too conservative.
Yeah, they could have gone for it.
The thing is, if they get exits here, if they get enough exits, this is actually hugely valuable. Junior's gonna have 1. Oh, there's not actually much benefit to hunting up this kill. There's just one last round. 3 players surviving. This matters much more to Party Astronauts than it does to Junior.
Yeah, I mean, they honestly could have hunted and gone for more, to be honest with you, before
Junior trying to keep the immortal streak alive, I think.
I guess. Oh, wow, he hasn't died. You're right.
Yeah, he hasn't died this half.
I didn't even realize. That's insane.
No death around a Counter-Strike? Half of Counter-Strike?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Gonna challenge towards top mid. Wolfie waiting on the other side, but he's got his attention towards Banana instead. Smoke attempted to be popped, or maybe that was just a nade thrown down Banana, yeah. By the Nouns side. And Party Astronauts will continue to challenge and eventually find their way towards the half wall, or at least are trying to. Carson jiggle peeking back and forth, waiting for the chance to throw the nade. Now he's going to toss after the Molotov comes in his direction, and it connects! Gets Ben down to 40, and the Molotov will make life difficult for Cxzi. Good timing on the util from Nouns, but Party Astronauts still hold on to that ground that they've gained.
Currently Molotov does lock Chop in. This is just to hold the rotation, right? The brunt of this approach is coming towards B. Chop looks the wrong way. 50-50 clear, and he gets wrong. Let's see what they got on this hold. Good Molotov. They're stuck. They're stuck. And now Carson strikes to the tune of 3, 4. All for Jeorge. We're going to the half.
Love, love for the night, night, slow down.
Back into the second half of play, and while it's an 8-4 lead, every one of these games has gone the distance. Question remains for Party Astronauts. Have they left themselves enough room to do it again? Swing down mid. Party Astronauts getting frisky with it, but counter flashes make life difficult. Here comes the pinch. Ben Lee can't die. Can't do it. But he stayed alive long enough for Cxzi to act, and now CJ just swings from alt mid, collects 3. He has had a blistering map. It started with a 5-7 4K, and it's ending with 17 and 4 after the second half pistol.
We got early CS2 CJ back in the server, and when it was first released, he was a monster, using that peeker's advantage so effectively. And right here, he's had a game for himself. 9th round going to be picked up from Nouns. Ben Lee just limping along on 1 HP. There's no chance. Carson wraps it up with a pretty bow. 9-4 in favor of Nouns, who held the lead, or hold the lead in terms of pistols. 4-2 over the Party Astronauts.
Doesn't make life a lot easier.
Yep.
In a best-of-3 series. So let's see what they can work with here. Gonna be an eco, full eco for PA. Don't imagine a whole lot of resistance, though things have gotten weird before in this series. But now it's at least initially, you do want banana control. It's a classic. This has become quite popular recently. Full 5 USP setup. First player out just gets vaporized. And then the team presumably takes A. Carson's not vaporized, but of course he tips back in. Like, are you just supposed to leave when this happens? But Carson says, let me repeat. Let me repeat.
I'm a little worried for Nouns here. Okay, never mind. CJ's
Oh,
here,
good.
the spray transfer master.
Man's farming. Someone needs to figure out the exact nade lineup to punish that 5-stack. Because if the first guy jiggles out and spots it, you just throw 3 nades and kill like 5 players. Someone get cooking. Nart! Nart, out here, where are you?
It's a very, like, niche scenario, though. Like,
Get cooking.
would you plan specifically for a strat that may or may not be used one time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you're up against, I mean, all you have to do if you're up against full USPs and you have the buy, just buy 3 nades. Or 2 nades. Buy 2 nades and then make them so soft.
I mean, that's
Probably have
assuming
them
they
anyway,
do
you know what I mean?
stack, though, right? Like,
I want the Nart video.
okay.
Someone send this to Nart. I want the video. How do you need that stack without having to peek them? I guess you could also just throw 1 molly.
Yeah.
Less fun.
Chops.
Oh, nice shot for CJ. He ain't slowing down in the second half. No way, no how. This round's over. This round is over. This is a save. This is 11 on the board, and Nouns are screaming towards a fast finish to this map.
Yeah, an appropriate spin of the bomb there for Junior, because everything is going absolutely beautifully for Nouns at this point. It'll be, like you said, 11-4 in their favor. Party Astronauts have only really challenged, I would say, at the beginning of that first half, and then some spurts here and there in terms of getting a couple more round victories. But other than that, it's been all Nouns. Not a single player on the Party Astronauts above a KDR of 1. Continues to be the Carson and Jeorge show on the Nouns side. And Mike, assuming Nouns perhaps can win this quickly and get 2 in a row, Junior doesn't die?
Oh man, he still hasn't died.
Yeah, like, has that happened yet in Counter-Strike 2, where a player hasn't died for an entire
I've
map?
only watched it once and go.
Yeah, I've never
I've only
seen
watched
it
it
go.
once and go. It was a LAN game at Fragadelphia 12 where AGM didn't die an entire map of train. The best part was they didn't realize he hadn't died until the second half. And then they just played bodyguard around him until they won.
Well, no one's been playing bodyguard for Junior, though, and he's managed to do
No,
this,
they
right?
haven't. He's a naturally cautious player, but no, he's playing normally.
This will be interesting.
I would say with the perhaps exception of that 2v4 where maybe he was a little more conservative than he would have otherwise been.
Perhaps, yes. Like,
He has
Junior,
been playing
you can't
normally.
die.
Bro's immortal. It's the wrong game. We don't have immortals here. Oh. Looking to end this streak. It's not going to happen. My goodness. Glacia and Shop. Eliminated, but Junior's dead.
No!
The unkillable streak is over. He has been felled. If he bleeds, we can kill it. Cxzi's alone. Can Cxzi keep this map going? They bet so much into this round. They need a miracle. They need Cxzi to deliver on all 4 of those letters. He's got the first. Took a fair few bullets, but he's got time enough to cook here. He's got a Molotov as well. Oh. Bounce off the box. Finding his line. Carson burning. Carson forced back. Did he hear that? He certainly did. Should know exactly where he is. And the spray will catch. Cxzi keeps it going here. Keeps it fighting here. It was looking dire. He was looking down, but he's not out yet.
They ruined Junior's deathless streak. Cxzi comes out and clutches a 1v2. Yeah. Well, that could be... I mean, it's something for the party astronauts. They have to build on it in a very significant way. The economy for Nouns is still absolutely perfect, so they're going to be buying up fully, getting AKs across the board, and not even going for the op in Junior's hands. They want that mobility. Over on the party astronauts, I mean, they're spending down to their very last penny in a lot of cases. So, what can you do to fend off this Nouns side? That took another heroic effort from Cxzi. If you recall, it was a key effort from Cxzi on Ancient that also helped them get back. That one's not going to help. As I was talking, Jeorge takes the head off of Ben Lee. Cxzi gets naded down to 42. Party astronauts are not looking too great.
.42 though, John, is the answer.
It is.
So perhaps it's the answer to what party astronauts need is 42 points of health on Cxzi. Deliver them again. The stars have been silent here. I mean, Wolfie 3 and 13. Not a winning formula for them. Glacia, his carry performance. He's come up against it. And now Nouns. Ooh, they might be picking the late site. Just Cxzi. Just those 42 points of health between them and series point. Not anymore. Reinforcements here. Glacia ready to support. Limited utility, though, going to stall this out, and Nouns actually are headed back the other way. So even with this smoke down, they never intended to go B. They're taking this space with 30 seconds now. This is their commit. This is their hand tip. Chop. That's an excellent find. Now we'll have a better position to fight from. And Wolfie on the swing, he gets a kill, but he also confirms their presence. The rotation is on. Chop has work to do. No smoke for this. He just has to face. He's out in the open, but they don't punish. Now they will. The bomb down. The numbers punched in through this smoke will go Cxzi. A boost up on. They feel like they have to make a play. There's the spot. There's the claim. Kill not on. And now it's all on Glacia, who may just try and save this gun to rage against the dying of this map.
Jeez. If that boost is a little cleaner, because it felt like they were struggling to get it off at first, if they get up there faster, they're able to get probably 2 frags, because there was one player spotted on the site itself and the other one trying to get into apps, but it took a bit of an adjustment, and in that moment, the realization hit for Nouns, and Carson survived with only 1 HP. So they get 1 out of it, and now onto the save is Glacia, and onto map point and series point.
Terrorists win.
12-5. The most daunting scoreline we've seen so far in this series for either team. Party astronauts need to find a way and win 7 in a row with an economy that's in complete tatters. 3 MP9s, a 5.7, and an M4A4 is going to have to do it. Jeorge tossing the Molotov immediately up the top of Banana. Cxzi is waiting for his opportunity to respond with utility of his own. They do have a decent amount on their side, considering the amount of money they brought into this round. Really invested into that utility quite heavily versus the weaponry.
Makes sense on Inferno.
Oh, yeah.
Reality of the map. Jeorge catches an aid, but it hasn't slowed him down much. Smoke down. Without it, this was likely a safe take. Heavy presence in the apartments. This could be interesting. Cxzi did tick. He can't know if that was hurt or not. Oh my goodness, the swing out from Wolfie. That's bold. That's ballsy.
Too bold.
Tried to catch them slipping, and they were slipping indeed, but the kills still come in. Chop now, the only player on this side of the map. Rotation, they're desperately trying to bring them around, but Chop's just been eliminated, and meanwhile, Jeorge here's the rotate off. So they've completely fooled them, completely bamboozled them. Party astronauts have no idea that they've just abandoned the site that's actually being hit. Oh, and the spam from Marky sells it further. The bomb's going down. Party astronauts, there's just nothing they can do about this. The kill claimed. An upgrade found, but now they realize they've been hoodwinked. They've been bamboozled. Their princess is in another castle, John.
It's just the worst feeling, too, being down 12-5 and getting completely bamboozled like that. Carson finds Cxzi. This one's done. He gets the last as well. Bentley drops to dirt, and so, too, do the hopes of the Party astronauts moving on to this upper bracket. They are sent down to the lower bracket to fight for their very lives in just a little bit. But moving on to face Boss is Nouns, Mike. It's a team I would say we probably favored a little bit to move on into this next stage, given how they played over the last little bit. But man, oh man, it was a struggle on those first two maps.
It was a tight series. It was a tight series.
Yes.
But now...